All for coming, and thank you to Rutugaan for bringing us all together on this momentous occasion. And also special thank you for giving us the opportunity to relive childhood memories, which everybody has memories of Sholay and that time frame as we were growing up, many of us. So while yesterday marked the 78th anniversary of India's independence, we're here today because yesterday was also the 50th anniversary of the release of arguably the greatest film in Indian cinema. I'm thankful to Nupur and Mayur for giving me the task to do this introduction. When I agreed to do this, I didn't realize how challenging it would be. I mean, where do you even start? So after toiling for some time, I decided to get help from a very famous film journalist who you've already heard about, Anupama Chopra. Of course, you all know that she wrote the book, Sholay, The Making of a Classic. Now, this book won the National Film Award for Best Book on Cinema in the year 2000. This is an Indian Cinema Award that is given each year by the National Directorate of Film Festivals and is based on a rigorous jury selection. A quick blurb on Anupama. She has an MA degree in journalism from Northwestern University and has had an illustrious career in journalism and TV. She hails from an equally illustrious family. She's famously married to Vidhu Vinod Chopra and is the half-sister-in-law of Ramanand Sagar. So I'm going to start by reading some excerpts from her introduction, which is titled Kitne Aadmi The. So the introduction starts out by describing a frail, feisty, and fabulous lady by the name of Dolores Pereira, who was very well known in Bangalore and surrounding areas for her ability to read tarot cards and foretell the future. She was getting ready to welcome a few visitors. Quote, that balmy evening in 1974, she opened the door to three people. One, a short man in a funny-looking floppy hat, was a film director. The second, a tall man with a beard who looked like he needed a bath, was an actor. And the third, an attractive woman with fair skin, was the actor's wife. They were making a film somewhere on the outskirts of Bangalore. They had heard a lot about Dolores. The shooting had wrapped up early that day, so they had decided to come and meet her. It was the actor's first film. He was playing a villain against a league of big stars. For him, everything hinged on this film's success. Could she please peep into their future, maybe? Dolores spread her cards out and started to talk. The wife leaned forward, all ears. The director and actor, both a little skeptical, kind of amused, listened too, more curious than credulous. This man, Dolores said, pointing to the actor, is going to be right on top. She paused dramatically and declared that this film is going to run for many years. The actor and the director smiled, tempted to believe, but wary of doing so. Sholay ran for 5 years and changed the course of Indian cinema, and Amjad Khan became a legend. Hindi cinema's first advertising icon, Gabbar Singh, the gravelly voiced, unwashed villain who sold both records and biscuits equally well. Even Dolores could not have imagined the spectacular degree of Sholay's success. The film changed lives, transformed careers, and has transcended its hit movie status over the years. It is not merely a film, it is the ultimate classic. Director Shekhar Kapoor puts it best. There has never been a more defining film on the Indian screen. Indian film industry can be divided into Sholay BC and Sholay AD. Unquote. Personally, I feel that instead of Amjad Khan and Ramesh Sippy, perhaps Denny Tenzongpa and Shatrugna Sinha should have visited Dolores early on, as they both had to decline roles offered to them for various reasons. Everything about Sholay was hatke, exactly as Ramesh Sippy wanted. The story, screenplay, and dialogue that evolved from a 4-line original concept of Salim Javed, The choice of location in Ramanagara, about 80 miles from Bangalore, which was discovered by Ram Yedekar, art director, who's also known for Octopussy and Gandhi. The complex operations involved in having the entire village of Ramgarh set up in Ramanagara, including a road from the Bangalore highway, electricity, phones, etc. The amazing cinematography by Dwarka Divecha using state-of-the-art equipment, technicians brought from abroad to shoot action sequences the likes of which had never been seen before, stereophonic sound, 70 mm screening, they were all firsts. Even the climax initially filmed was so powerful and hatke that it would have blown people away and made the movie even more popular. But thanks to the Indian Film Censor Board, we instead got the cliche, Thakur साहब, एक पुलिस अफसर होते हुए भी आप कानून को अपने हाथों में ले रहे हैं? On which Ramesh Sippy had even retorted in exasperation, अरे पर ठाकुर के तो हाथ ही नहीं है. Coming back to the hatke front, there was not only the large cast of megastars, but an unusually large contingent of supporting actors, and they all delivered. Some became household names, even with just one dialogue in the entire movie, such as McMohan with Pure 50,000. And some became immortal by just being Dhanno. Of course, one cannot forget one of its most important stars. In one of his interviews, Amjad Khan said it best. Quote, मेरा जाती नजरिया ये है कि गब्बर के किरदार को संवारने में बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक का बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा. हर एक वक्त गब्बर की एंट्री पे बड़ी अजीब सी एक धुन फिजा में लहराती थी. उसने जो इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट किया और जो तहलका मचाया, उसका पूरा क्रेडिट पंचम को जाता है. शोले का एक बहुत बड़ा प्लस पॉइंट रहा उसका बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक. Unquote. The entire score was indeed a masterpiece, and the duo of Anand Bakshi and Pancham excelled as usual. I'm sure there are Sholay-themed gatherings happening all over the world to mark this 50th anniversary, but how many gatherings can boast of the physical presence of one of those amazing contributors? So let's give another big round of applause to our own Master Alankar. After all, who can forget that stare? While the immortal, iconic response to the question, "Kitne aadmi the?" in the movie was, "Do aadmi Sardar," a more apt response to that question is, "Saikdo log Sardar." It was hundreds, maybe thousands of people coming together from all walks of life and giving their best to produce this masterpiece. It may have been smaller in scale, but to me, the Sholay project had a lot of similarities with the Manhattan Project, and it produced the most explosive movie of all times. However, the biggest difference is that everyone enjoys reruns of this movie bomb, and it keeps entertaining us just as much today at 50 like it did when it was first released. With that, I welcome you all to Sholay at 50, Kitne Aadmi The.